Blake Lively's husband Ryan Reynolds jetted out of their home state of New York on Wednesday as their explosive court war with Justin Baldoni rages on. The Deadpool star, 48, looked stern as he made his way through busy JFK airport with his assistant. Reynolds wore a black baseball cap low over his eyes and carried a large duffel bag across his body. Blake wasn't pictured with him. Insiders exclusively told Daily Mail to calm this week she is now privately struggling with creeping regret over her legal war with Baldoni. Reynolds was noticeably dressed down for his flight in a yellow hooded sweatshirt, skinny slacks, and white sneakers. His airport sighting comes days after Baldoni slammed him as Blake's co-conspirator, as he responded to the couple's latest legal move. The couple has been embroiled in legal drama with Baldoni since December 2024 after Lively accused him of sexual harassment on set of their film It Ends With Us. Lively co-starred in the film alongside Baldoni, who also directed and produced the domestic violence drama under his Wayfair Studios banner. She went on to file a lawsuit against Baldoni, who she also accused of orchestrating a retaliation campaign, and he responded by launching a $0 million defamation lawsuit against Lively, Reynolds, and Lively's publicist Leslie Sloan. Baldoni also filed a $50 million libel lawsuit against the New York Times for its reporting on Lively's allegations. All parties have denied the allegations against them. Last month, Lively, Reynolds, and Sloan filed to dismiss Baldoni's vengeful and rambling lawsuit. In a fiery statement, Reynolds slammed Baldoni as thin-skinned, while describing himself as a supportive spouse to Lively. And last Tuesday, the legal team representing Baldoni and the Wayfair Studios parties called Reynolds Lively's co-conspirator, as they asked Judge Louis J. Lyman to deny both the Deadpool star and his wife's dismissal request. According to People, Baldoni's lawyers claim in the legal docs that Reynolds pretends that the Wayfair party's first amended complaint that FAC fails to set forth any basis for his liability and that he merely acted as a supportive spouse. Not so. The FAC specifically alleges ample facts to support the Wayfair party's claims against him, based on both his direct actions and his liability as a co-conspirator. They've also suggested that Reynolds should not be able to recover attorney's fees from Baldoni in the extremely unlikely event that he is dismissed from the lawsuit. This comes after Lively's attorney stated in her March 20th dismissal filing that Wayfair's legal efforts against her could end up costing Baldoni's team $0 million. In an April 3rd statement to DailyMail.com, a spokesperson for Reynolds responded to Baldoni's latest legal move. The spokesperson claimed that Baldoni and the Wayfair Studios parties finally realized the plain defects in their complaint, while calling the lawsuit frivolous. They also told Daily Mail to calm that Reynolds will continue to stand by his wife, while reiterating Lively's harassment and retaliation allegations. They once again claimed defamation without alleging who was defamed, what specifically was said, or how anyone suffered actual harm. Unlike Mr. Baldoni, who built his brand pretending to be a man who is confident enough to listen to the women in his life, Ryan Reynolds actually is that man, and he will continue to support his wife as she stands up to the individuals who not only harassed her, but then have retaliated against her. Under New York law, California law, and indeed in every jurisdiction of the United States, this lawsuit not only fails but may result in the Wayfair parties covering Ryan's costs and attorney's fees for bringing such a frivolous case in the first place, the statement concluded. Baldoni's response to Lively's dismissal filing was obtained by TMZ last Thursday. According to court docs obtained by the outlet, Baldoni provided the judge with reasons as to why the Gossip Girl's attempt to toss out his lawsuit should be denied. Baldoni accused Lively of being the mastermind behind an elaborate smear campaign, which he claimed was designed to ruin the reputations and careers of the Wayfair parties. Baldoni claimed, "There is sufficient evidence that Lively took a responsible part in publishing each of the allegedly defamatory statements by approving or authorizing them prior to publication." He also alleged that Lively told the NYC a false and damning story about an insidious PR sabotage operation deployed as revenge for sexual harassment complaints, with the knowledge and intent that the newspaper would publish that false story. He continued to insist that Lively acted out of malice and accused her of actively trying to destroy his Hollywood career. Baldoni's attorney Brian Friedman also issued a fiery statement to TMZ, where he referred to Lively as part of the Hollywood elite and accused her of attempting to set a dangerous precedent by trying to get Baldoni's lawsuit thrown out. Lively and her circle of Hollywood elites cannot prevent my clients from exercising their constitutional right to petition the court to clear their names from her false and harmful claims, Friedman began. What Ms. Lively is attempting to do is to set a dangerous precedent by barring the courthouse doors to my clients and punishing them for having their day in court, a right protected by the First Amendment. This right protects not only Mr. Baldoni and the Wayfair parties in this particular case, but all Americans in the future who have false accusations levied against them and seek relief from our justice system. This must stop here, and we will continue to fight against this blatant attempt to block access to the court system and to weaken our nation's constitution to serve those who are in the position of power, Friedman concluded. Lively's legal team responded again Friday as they accused Baldoni of trying to silence sexual harassment victims. That's right, Justin Baldoni, the man who has built his brand on supposedly speaking up for victims, believes that the First Amendment rights of victims of sexual assault and harassment to speak out should give way to the rights of perpetrators to sue their victims into oblivion. Blake's attorneys Mike Gottlieb and Esra Hudson told TMZ her legal team further stated that Baldoni and his lawyer Brian Friedman are trying to shed a law that protects victims and also prevents others from speaking out in the future. Baldoni's attorney Friedman fired back in a statement to DailyMail.com on Friday. This convoluted statement makes it abundantly clear that Ms. Lively and team are rattled and once again resorting to making inflammatory remarks to steer focus away from the actual facts. Clearly, they want to divert the public's attention from the receipts, the actual documents, video footage, and additional evidence shown that make it irrefutable that there was no sexual harassment. Friedman added it is surprising that Ms. Lively and her team are suddenly speaking so passionately about the hard-won rights of the survivor community, considering she sidestepped this topic for the entirety of the film campaign, focusing instead on her hair care and alcohol products, which at that time caused the organic backlash that she received. She does not need discovery to find out who smeared her.